signing that dotted line, grabbing that hat, whatever they do now, and, you know, how special is it?
It's an exciting time. You know, these kids are 17, 18 years old. You know, we just got done recruiting a bunch of teenagers. Let's not forget that. For them, they've been dreaming since they were little kids to go play football at a prestigious university, and for them to sign and look their parents in the eye and look at their grandparents and say, I did it. It's an end point and a start point at the same time, and that's the one message I tried to relay to all of our kids that signed today was, hey, this is a new beginning. This isn't an end point, and now the real work begins. And you know, they were good on the phone, and they were giddy and excited, and it's just a wonderful time for these kids, and it's something that needs to be celebrated today, and give them a couple more days, and then let's get to work.
Mike?
Coach, you talk a little bit about Denzel Ward, you know, 6'8", 320, it's size you just can't teach and seems to have a lot of upside.
Yeah, he's got tremendous upside. He's got a great mother, single parent, raised Denzel. She's worked her tail off. They've been through some tough times throughout the course of their days, and Denzel's a kid that the first thing he brings to the table is he's got a great attitude and a nice way about him. You know, when you get a chance to talk to him, you'll see what I'm talking about. He's got that twinkle in his eye. He's also a kid that brings physical attributes that you can't coach. You know, he's about 6'7.5", a little over 300 right now. You know, the thing I like about our big kids, both Denzel, Aaron Roberts, Jamal Custis, Ishmael, KJ, Adley, they're big, long, lean-looking bodies that are going to continue to grow the right way. I'd much rather take a young man that can put the weight on the right way than a kid that you're trying to take it off. Now, that being said, I did think that we had to go through and get some beef at the defensive tackle position, starting with Wayne Williams. He's an explosive player. We've been trying to get him in here for a long time, and you know, he had to go the junior college route, and we're excited that he's on campus right now, and Coach Hicks is working with them. So the physical attributes of our big kids are impressive, as well as Chris Slayton. When you guys meet Chris, if I asked you to guess how much he weighed, you'd probably guess about 220 pounds. But he's just under 270 now, and he doesn't look it at all. And those are the kind of kids I like. I like those long, lean bodies that can run. Jalen Harvey, Caden Samuels. You know, when we didn't score victory in our own backyard in the city, and we needed to go out and find the right types of people at D-tackle, we found these two young men, and I was really impressed with these two people because they both come from real sturdy families. They're both big kids that can set the point, hold the point, and they've proven that, playing in good football areas too. The area in Georgia that Caden's from, and then Alabama with Jalen, that's good football. And they're getting double teamed by people that know how to double team you, and they're holding the point. So I think we have two kids there, along with Wayne, who's already on campus, to give us a chance to, you know, really separate things in the A and B gap up front. It all starts up front. So I'm excited about that, you know, those group of 4 men that will be playing for us.
I think our last question from Sal.
Coach, since you've been here, y'all have had a lot of success with guys like Jay, Chandler, Alec Lemon, more than 4 and 5 stars, but when all said and done, they're in the NFL. What is it, the process that y'all run through? Why do you think you've been able to take those kind of diamonds in the rough?
Yeah, and it's been similar to where I've been throughout most of my career. I think it's twofold. One, we've had a group of coaches that could look and say, he reminds me of this guy, you know, like JT, like Jonathan Thomas. He's a kid who reminds me of Dyshawn Davis. Dyshawn played wide receiver in high school, played a little strong safety, but he was a long, tall kid that could really run, and he could dip, and he can run, you know. But all these kids, they also have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder too. You know, I know, you know, just talking to, for instance, Jalen, you know, he's in SEC country. A lot of people had offers coming out of high school when they were sophomores, beginning of their junior year, and he felt like, man, I haven't got on the field yet, and all these people are committed, and I know I can play with them. And to hear him speak that reminded me of so many of those kids you just mentioned that walked in here with a chip on their shoulder, and our coaches did a good job projecting who they could be someday, not necessarily where they are today, but the body types that can grow into a bigger and better player at our level. And I think it starts with you know, the coach is doing a good job finding the right guy and then developing him. You know, Syracuse football has been for years, going all the way back, Coach Mack, and looking at some of the people that he recruited that became great players, Coach Pasqualoni especially, Coach Marone. We've been a program that knew that it was important to learn how to truly develop a young man. And the thing about the kids that are, you know, not 4 and 5 star guys, those 2 and 3 star guys that you mentioned, not only the chip on the shoulder, but they understand that there's a lot of work that has to be done to get to the point that they want to be. So they're hungry, and I like kids that are hungry to play the game the way we want them to.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight.